There's an epidemic of illogical people wasting large sums of cash on the wrong vehicles. Immunise your family now against marketing arsehole syndrome and learn how to choose the right SUV. That's next. This happens all the time and it can lead to a $60,000 mistake. SUV buyers are the most susceptible, especially those dropping the big bucks on 7-seaters. Hopefully this video will be the antidote, entering your brain directly via the optic nerve and turning off critical bullshit receptors for long enough to allow you to make an informed decision. A clinical trial of sorts. I'm John Cadogan, the sous chef of Tough Love here at autoexpert.com.au, the place where Aussie new car buyers save thousands on their next new cars. Hit me up on the website for that. This week's recipe, SUV flambe. These outwardly nutty but serious inquiries actually flood my inbox. Christine's here is typical. We've done our research but can't decide between Mazda CX-9 Touring or the Mitsubishi Pajero Sport GLS, both with 7 seats. Purpose for the car is to accommodate tall people, 5'8" is the shortest, and the family dog, German Shepherd. We don't intend to do any true off-road work with the vehicle. Needs storage for family holidays and day trips with the dog to the beach. Also, looking into the future, our girls will need connectivity, USB ports. Isn't that marvellous? What will they think of next? Children, now with USB connectivity. I like it. Look, I get how you can be in this position, and I'm not having a shot at Christine or others in that decision space. It's bloody hard to choose the right vehicle, and car company websites just don't help. Mitsubishi says this about Pajero Sport. Combining style, luxury, cutting-edge technology and genuine four-wheel drive performance, the sleek Mitsubishi Pajero Sport fuses elegant space and safety for urban driving with agility for off-road excitement. While Mazda claims this equally effusively. Get it for the family, drive it for yourself. Inside and out, the superb styling of brand new Mazda CX-9 redefines the 7-seat family SUV with incredible visual appeal. Utter marketing bullshit. ×2. Entirely unhelpful, choice-wise. If you're not a car nut, you don't know what you don't know. It's therefore Rumsfeldian unknown o'clock. The worst kind of o'clock. So let's translate like it's 1999. If the aim was information, helpfulness, and not subterfuge, Mitsubishi should probably say, look, we already did the hard work and designed the Triton Ute, so it made sense to spin it off into a hastily adapted four-wheel drive wagon. And okay, it's a bit rough around the edges, but it tows a shitload, and you can throw it at really rough terrain without breaking it. And those horse and rider as one bestiality specialists at Mazda should probably say, off-road, heavy towing? Are you smoking crack? This is a sophisticated on-road machine, a de facto family wagon, sexed up to look like an SUV simply because that's the fashion now. We should call it a people mover, but that would be commercial suicide. That's how this really plays. There's a Grand Canyon-esque chasm down the middle of the list of large SUV wagons, and marketing arseholes on both sides are doing their level best to cover it with branches so you'll fall in uninformed. I hate marketing arseholes, but at least they're consistent. You can count on them, just like you can count on Malcolm Turnbull waking up tomorrow, looking in the mirror, and still being a smug prick. On one hand, you've got SUVs that are really just converted utes. The transgender wagons. I was a wagon trapped in the body of a ute. Then they gave me the surgery and my life just turned around. I'm talking about the Ford Everest spun off the Ranger Ute, the Toyota Fortuner cut from the cloth of the Hilux, the Pajero Sport, as discussed, the Holden Trailblazer, Colorado, and the Isuzu MUX, like a retarded trailblazer, sharing its DNA with the D-Max Ute and the Colorado. Don't get me wrong, these vehicles are a great idea if you're after a heavy tow platform. If you're going to be towing 2 tonnes or more, they have serious capability. If you will actually be driving through rivers or across the kinds of rough terrain you can only just walk over, also, they're a great idea. And they're good value for that. But they are poor choices if you're just going to do the school run, collect the brats, pick up the groceries, and drive on made roads. That would be freeways, highways, dirt roads, or even just around town. These former utes are simply not the best SUVs you can buy for normal driving. And the reason is engineering compromise. You cannot build hardcore off-road capability and heavy-duty tow capacity into a vehicle without copping a hit in refinement and value. You just can't. These kinds of things all feel like utes to a greater or lesser degree, and that means they are unsophisticated, unrefined, poorly equipped, bad value shitboxes if all you want to do is normal driving. And likewise, if you're considering buying a CX-9 for adventuring, it's also time to recalibrate. Not designed for adventuring. Designed to drive comfortably and capably to the public car park at any national park. Goes anywhere a Toyota Corolla will go. Just not designed for any hardcore stuff. I get people all the time asking me about how far off-road the likes of Santa Fe, Sorento, X-Trail, Forester XV and Outback, Mitsubishi Outlander, etc., how far will they go off-road? And I have to say these vehicles are not designed for any significant off-roading. The best umbrella answer I can give is none. In the case of X-Trail, XV and CX-9 and some others, they don't even have a full-sized spare tyre, so I wouldn't even therefore poke them down a dirt road or tow a light trailer further than just the tip. Santa Fe, Sorento, Forester, Outback, they've all got full-size spares, so sure, you can drive them on a dirt road all day long, no problem. But the most outrageous obstacles I'd be throwing at them is a fire trail or really hard-packed sand. Anything rougher, and you're just begging for damage. And of course, the dealership will love you for that. Damage equals owner abuse, and abuse is not covered by warranty. Happily enough, at least for the dealer. The benefit of these softer SUVs is refinement, value, and equipment level. They're nicer to drive, and that generally means safer as well for things like emergency braking and swerving. And this is inherently an engineering compromise. If you pump up the off-road performance, it has a negative effect on on-road performance. That's how this works. I'd much rather swerve around a Kangaroo in a Santa Fe or an Outback than in a Fortuner or a Pajero Sport. The softer SUVs generally offer more fruit for lower pricing. Case in point here, Holden Trailblazer LTZ, the most expensive variant of that ugly shit heap. Mid-50,000s, no adaptive cruise control. Santa Fe, Sorento, Outback, in the same price ballpark, adaptive cruise all round. Look me in the eye and tell me the Trailblazer is better for eating up those freeway miles. Adaptive cruise is such a huge asset on the open road. The key message here is that if you have Pajero Sport and CX-9 on the same shortlist, or Santa Fe and Trailblazer, etc., any of the converted utes against any of the softer SUVs, simply invoke your GPS and plan a direct route back to the drawing board. Because if one of those categories of vehicle is right for you, the other is definitely wrong. If you need that extreme off-road and or tow performance, the CX-9 Outback and their softer philosophical bedfellows are just never going to deliver that. And if you want a family wagon, the Fortuner and its transgender cohorts that formerly identified as utes are ultimately going to be a bad fit. And that means I need you as a car buyer to do a very difficult thing. At least it is for a lot of car buyers. It's going to be a real challenge. I need you to think logically and be realistic about what you actually need the vehicle for. Because there's a great deal of ill-considered fantasising at dealerships, to the effect of, but honey, one day we could cross the Simpson Desert in this baby. 2 points on that. 1, you could cross the Simpson Desert in a bomby old Camry, and 2, one day never comes. How many used four-wheel drives are out there on sale right now that have never once engaged low range? Nearly all of them, I'd suggest. I didn't even know we had that. How amazing. I just hung my handbag off it. Buy the vehicle you need for the kind of driving you're actually going to do. And don't forget the classic Latin phrase, nil ostentatio proscripto bastardum carborundum. Don't let the marketing bastards wear you down. I hope this helps. I'm John Cadogan. Thanks for watching.